It's Anita here from Sequins and Sand, its founder and owner. I hope you're doing well today. In this little short video, I want to talk to you about something that really has quite an impact on fit, and it's actually come up in our group today, Women 40 Plus Self-Love, Body Love, Summer Confidence. So if you're tuning in from there, hello to you too. I happened to have this planned for today anyway, so it's quite timely, and I hope you find it really helpful. Fabric affects fit. Now, I know we're lured to different fabrics like natural fabrics and natural fibers if we want to keep cool from a clothing point of view, like silk and bamboo and cotton, great for humidity. Well, the same thing goes for swimwear. And I've got to tell you, time and time again, swimwear is quite a complex garment. The way that it's made, the way that it's structured, and what it's made from. So today I want to cover off fabric. There's a lot to this topic, but hopefully I'll be able to give you a few tips that you will find helpful in the short time that we have today. So there are different kinds of fabrics in a swimsuit for different purposes. So once upon a time, when I first started out, there wasn't this notion called C-res fabric. There was not much of that around. C-res fabric stands for chlorine resistant fabric. So if you are in the pool a lot, say for hydrotherapy, for exercise recovery, or you own a pool and you just love being in there, then chlorine resistant fabric is going to be far more helpful for you than not. You will get more costs per wear. The cost per wear will be reduced because you will get more wears from something that is made from chlorine resistant fabric made for those conditions than a swimsuit that's not. Now, how you find them at Sequins and Sand is we have a dedicated chlorine resistant swimsuit section, so that's an easy way to find them. Otherwise, assume that a fabric is not chlorine resistant because most are not. The range that we sell, Genevieve, is completely chlorine resistant, and that's why we sell them. So that's one thing. If you're in the pool often, look for chlorine resistant swimwear fabric. You will get more wears out of that swimsuit than wearing regular swimsuit fabric. So C-res, popular one. The other one is UPF 50 plus. Now that is a rating for sun protective factor. Now, lycra, which is what all swimsuit is made from, is inherently higher in UPF value than, say, this top that I've got on for a few different factors, a few different reasons. It's the tightness of the weave, and it's often the actual construction itself in the weave, the firmness of the weave, and also the fact that it has to be woven for movement too, right? So quite a bit goes into the fabric. And by virtue of that, and then, the darker the color, the higher the rating as well. Lighter colors have a lower rating. So I don't know what figure you'd put on that arbitrarily. It might be a figure of 10, say, but it's going to be higher than what you would from a simple cotton t-shirt inherently in lycra itself, which is what all swimsuits are made from. But with UPF 50 plus, what that does, and to know that something is rated for UPF 50 plus, it's mentioned in the descriptions, and if you're shopping in store, it should be on a tag. That means that the fabric might have been impregnated with certain materials to make that sun safe. UPF rating for clothing is like an SPF rating is for sunscreen. So a UPF rating of 50 plus here in Australia, I'm not sure what that is in other parts of the world, but I'm sure you'd be familiar with it. That is the maximum sun protection rating that any piece of clothing can have. So in Australia, we have a group called Arpanza where companies can take their Cossies to Arpanza and have it put through a rigorous testing regime to qualify to get that ticket that says this is UPF 50 plus rated. Now that takes some time and money, so not everybody does that, but some labels do, so look for those. Otherwise, other labels like this one here from Esuna, Lindell sells SunSmart rashi dresses and tops and pants. And the fabric that she uses, the manufacturer has stated to her that it's made from SunSmart fabric. So it's UPF 50 plus rated, but it's not our Panzer rated. So there's two different levels of rating, but it's something else to look out for. So some swimsuit fabrics are formally rated or have as their inherent characteristics an added sun protective factor. So that's another defining factor. So that's broadly how it goes. And then the other thing that you'll see more and more of is as we become more ecologically concerned and focused on sustainability, you will see more and more fabrics being made from recycled goods. So some of them, like the chlorine resistant range we have here, some of them are made from recycled fishing nets, like the ones that Asuna sells. And again, that will be in the description. So if that's something that you would like to see more of in this world, buy more of it or be aware of it, then that is possible too. So we have recycled fabrics. Now, what impact that has other than on wearability and sun protectiveness for our skin is the way that it will fit and feel on your body. Now, generally, well, how it used to be, years ago, a chlorine-resistant fabric had a really firm weave, and that made it a very, very, very firm fit. And I remember selling some togs. Some women would have to go up 2 sizes to get a good fit in a chlorine-resistant fabric way back then. I'm pleased to say, girls, that has relaxed right back. We've come a long way in fabric technology, and now most of the chlorine-resistant fabrics I sell are super soft and you don't have to go up a size or 2 to get the fit. Now here is one I just grabbed off the rack. This is everything in the Genevieve range, and this is a Genevieve one, is made from chlorine resistant fabric. Now, when I know it's hard to explain on the screen, but you hopefully can pick up that that's quite a matte finish. A lot of chlorine resistant fabrics have that matte feel to them. They're not a high gloss. Now here is a high gloss Cossie. Do you see that sheen coming up on the camera? That is high gloss, and that's a typical swimsuit fabric. Now here in the same company, this is a chlorine resistant offering from Capriosca. You can see that sheen is quite different. It's dulled down. So chlorine resistant fabrics, you'll know by feel if you're in store or by the descriptions, they have a matter finish. So that's another point of difference in the swimsuit fabric. Then we go to textured fabrics. Now, if you're drawn to a texture, and texture's really popular, texture's another way instead of using print to, make us feel better about our lumps and bumps. I'd love to say who cares, but I know for many of you that's a concern. So I'm here to transition you through your body concerns in a Cossie. That's my job. That's what I love to do. And I know texture is one way you can do that. So here is a textured fabric. This is a jacquard. Now this is a firmer weaving Cossie. And straight away when you look at that on screen, so you'll notice that in the pictures when you look at that on the website, the jacquard is a firmer weave and it's a much thicker fabric. So that is an exception to the chlorine resistant rule. But texture, if you notice that something is textured, then odds on it's going to be a thicker fabric. And if you don't like thick fabric on, as some of you indicated in the group that you don't, then keep away from texture, right? Because that will make things thicker naturally because of the weave. So I hope that's been helpful, this quick chat about fabric and how fabric influences the fit and feel of swimsuits on. It has its place. If you are in the pool often, chlorine resistant fabric will be your friend if you want your Cossies to last longer. I hope that's been helpful. If you'd like to know anything else about swimsuit fabrics, ask away. That's what I'm here for. I'd love to help you and answer your questions. See you on the lines. Bye, girls.